Welcome, new families. My name is Dr. Tessa Samuelson. I'm the principal of academics and teacher support, and I wanted to welcome you today as we run through some of our slides for new family orientation. Whether you use this as a resource or you were unable to join us later tonight, we want to have this available for you. And I have with me.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Noelle Sands. I'm the principal of Spiritual and Community Life.
All right, we're ready to rock and roll and tell you everything you need to know. So we're going to go ahead and get started with meeting our staff. Mrs. Sands, do you want to start with our administration team?
Sure. First off, we have Mrs. Sherry McPhillips. If you haven't met her already, she will be greeting you at the front desk and be your go-to for answering all questions about San Clemente Christian School. And Miss Suzanne Carr and Mr. Mitchell Mancini are a dynamic duo of our finance and director of ops department. And Dr. Nikki Magnuson is our staff chaplain.
All right, we're going to keep rolling with this team. Dr. Tessa Samuelson, that is myself, and Mrs. Noelle Sands. You've already met both of us. But Mrs. Tanya Allward is going to be our administrative support in the middle school building. So she's going to direct a lot of middle school questions and give help in that area. And Mrs. Aaliyah Moline is behind the scenes administrator, a part of our team, but she does a lot of teacher training and our WASC support.
Our kindergarten team starts off with our TK teachers, Miss Casey Staggs and Miss Emma Valencia. And in kindergarten, we have Kylie Force and Jamie Hulse.
Awesome. All right, moving forward with our first and second grade team, 2 classrooms at our first grade level and 2 classrooms at our second grade level. Lindsay Patterson and Miss Erica Lukides is our first grade team. Jolie Kowalski and Presley Cochran-Bray are our dynamic duo for second grade.
Leading into third, fourth, and fifth grade, we have 2 classes in the third grade with Lori Boisrink and Redonda Mann, and then Karen Willis will be doing our fourth grade class and Ruth Marinka in fifth grade.
Our upper elementary team, awesome. All right, this leads us into our middle school team. Miss Annie Boyd for ELA, Mrs. Gallus for science. Mr. Malongu will be our new Bible teacher this year. Mrs. Zorio and Miss Tiffany Nichols, they will be math and history at our middle school level.
Our specialty and discovery team, Mrs. Anderson is leads our discovery program. So she's our on-site interventionist. Ashley Hardy is one of our discovery teachers here. Patsy Anderson, who we will show her face very soon. She's teaching music, if you can tell. And Miranda Lyonen is our PE teacher. Marissa Marquez will be teaching our STEAM class this year in our STEAM lab.
Pretty awesome. All right, we're going to roll into some slides just full of information, things that can help you in terms of just guiding your first days here. First and foremost, we want to talk about safety, especially in the world today and what's happening. We know you are sending us your most precious commodities, and we realize that, and we take safety first. Things like all of our doors are locked. Our outside doors, you have to be buzzed in. We actually keep our inside doors and classroom doors locked as well. We require all visitors to check in when they come in, and we will call in visitors as well. As well as some of the physical safety things, we also have some health safety issues. We do extensive trainings and everything from CPR to infectious disease with our teachers and staff. We have a pretty extensive emergency handbook and drill book that we practice on a regular basis. The other thing that we're definitely intense on is who's picking up your child. This is really important for us, and so it is important for you, if you're not the person picking up your child, that you let us know through your emergency contact and pickup list off of RenWeb who it will be that is actually picking up your child. Pick My Kid app. I'm going to let you talk a little bit about that. Noelle is the expert in that area, so tell us about that.
So we use the Pick My Kid app for dismissal. So when you're picking up your child, the Pick My Kid app has a geofence that when you're within a certain distance from the school, you can hit that announce button and it will ping your child's classroom teacher to let them know that they're going home for the day. So your child does not know they're going home unless you push that button and have that app, and it's an extra layer of safety and security for us. I am the face that you'll see at the front making sure that I get that app before you pass me. So if someone is picking up like a friend or a family member and they're not a usual pickup, maybe it's just a one time and they don't have that app, make sure they stop with me so that I can put your child's name in so that they get called down.
Awesome. Thank you. The next thing is you will see and notice as of starting last year, we have implemented a full-time armed security guard. Mr. Ed Barrow is here walking the campus. He sits up at the front desk on occasion. You'll see him back with the kids during playtime, definitely monitoring the comings and goings of people here on our campus. We also have a full-time surveillance in terms of cameras. So he has access at that. Actually, multiple members of our administrative team have access to those cameras as well. So very important in terms of keeping your kiddos safe while they're here at school. Just quickly, visitors check in at the front desk. We're going to peel you or set you up with a visitor's badge so that you are recognizable as you come onto campus. So anything else you can think of?
Just even when we have assemblies on the back blacktop, we want everyone to come through that front office so we know who's on our campus.
We love it. We appreciate your help in this manner as well. All right, snack and lunch. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Sure. So we have a lunch program on campus that is fit with some fun sweet treats for snacks, smoothies that are like super smoothies with some protein and good nutrients for the kids. And then as well as our lunch, everything that we cook in-house is organic and we have gluten-free options. Some of our menu items for the first week of school include Chick-fil-A on Mondays. We always cater Chick-fil-A. And then we have tacos and teriyaki chicken and a hot dog for the first week plan. And then all Fridays is pizza. So if you want to order lunch, you can order the night before as long as you get that order in by 11:59, or you can order for the week on Sundays before 11:59. All snacks, we have a little snack shack inside with some bagged goodies that they can buy for $1, and it has to be with cash. We don't have any student accounts through that system, but if you want to buy a baked good through our lunch program, that will be on Teach Hero, as well as where you purchase your lunches through Teach Hero. And then do you want to talk about what we avoid?
Yes. As you well know, students learn best when their tummies are full, they feel good, they're ready to absorb information. And we do that in a couple of ways. First of all, we want to eliminate or limit the amount of sugar that is coming in our student lunches. It's really, really important that they are at their best state and they are ready to learn when they get in the classroom. When students don't eat a full, healthy, protein-based lunch, it shows up in our classrooms. They have behavior issues, focusing issues. They can't remember things as well, and we don't want to set them up for that. So please watch what you're feeding your child and what you're sending them with lunch. Caffeine loaded drinks, prime drinks, things of that nature often cause problems for us later in the day. Of course, we do have some pretty important allergies here on campus, and peanuts is a big one. So we are staying away from all nuts. So if you can eliminate those from your child's lunches, if it happens, we will communicate with you in terms of what can and cannot be brought to school with little notes in their lunchbox. So please pay attention to those. It is for the safety of all of our students that you are aware of those things. We stay away from red food dye as well. And of course, the last thing on there, which I think you said, is be sure to bring your water bottle. We have drinking fountains all over school so they can fill up, but that's the best way to keep them hydrated and also important in their learning. The QR code on here is our September lunch menu. So if you wanted to scan that, feel free to do so. It will give you access to that menu.
And one quick note about lunch is that we have microwaves in our kitchen that our staff oversees, but they are only for reheating food, not for cooking like microwavable lunch or something like that. So just please keep that in mind.
That 3 to 5 to 7 minute range for a lunch in the microwave is a lot of their eating time. So we want to avoid that for sure. All right, moving on to the next slide. This is a fun one because this is our theme this year. Every year we come up with a theme to really press into and discover and learn about. And this year it's the Jesus way. And so you will see this a lot of places. That's the logo on our spirit shirt. You'll see it in our hallway. But this is what we're talking about with our kids and really giving them the chance and the opportunity to experience what is the Jesus way, and not only what is it, but what does it look like for them personally. And it comes back to our verse from John 14:6, I am the way, the truth, and the life. And we really want that to resonate with our kids, that there's one way. And there's one path to heaven, and it is through Jesus. And our job as staff and as teachers is to set an example for what that looks like. And we want to train your kids in that way as well. Do you have more to add on that?
Well said.
Hey,
Yeah.
well, great. All right, moving on.
So we love partnering with you, and we love when we get to see your faces at school, and just another way for you to be a part of our school family. So we do have a volunteer requirement for each family at our school. That's 30 hours per school year for the whole family. So that includes if you have 2 kids, you still only have to do 30 hours, and we log those all through Parent Square. If you are having a hard time finding where to log that, you can reach out to Sherry at the front desk, or I'm happy to help as well. And some ideas of what you can log hours for: field trips, volunteering in the classroom with centers, maybe you're helping the teacher prep something, organizing their library, doing a school project, helping at recess. There are so many ways to volunteer. So if you're looking for a way to help, let us know.
We'll put you to work.
Yes. And then some of our favorite times is PTF meetings. We have 6 meetings this year, and you're required to attend 3 of them. This is a big download 6 times a year of what's coming, ways to get involved, what's the happenings of our school, and just a way for us to fellowship as staff and parents. And most of our meetings will be at the outlets, and some of them will be held on campus, but there is a Zoom option. Of course, I would love to see your face and have you present in the room, so I'm not talking to the computer by myself. Right. But if you cannot make it, you'll have that Zoom option. And then if you choose not to fulfill your volunteer requirements, or you're unable to, there will be a $300 fee in June that will be billed in June. So if you don't meet the 30 hours and the 3 PTFs, then that will be the result. Or if you just choose to waive all of the responsibility, you can just default to the $300 payment.
Awesome. All right, well done. All right, moving on. This is a short but sweet one, but super important. Label everything. We have a vast amount of lost and found on a daily basis. So please, if your child is famous, or even if they're not famous for losing things, please label backpacks, lunch boxes, thermos, water bottles, sweatshirts, jackets, hats, everything that you possibly can, so that we can get those things back to you as easy as we can. And one of the things we're going to be completely honest with, at the end of the month, we take whatever is left over in our lost and found and we donate it. So it does go to a good cause, but I also would like it back in your child's closet. So if you could label.
Definitely.